AITA for not giving my sister money for her wedding because I used it to travel the world instead. I, Melissa, 29F, have always dreamed of traveling. Since I was a teenager, I kept a list of places I wanted to visit: Japan, Italy, Iceland, Peru. My parents couldn't afford to travel, and neither could I for a long time. I worked through college, got a decent job, and lived frugally. At 27, I finally started crossing off those dream destinations. I've traveled to 11 countries in 2 years, solo. It changed me. I found confidence, peace, and a new sense of identity. Traveling healed parts of me I didn't know were broken. My younger sister Meredith, 26F, got engaged recently and is planning a big wedding. My family is middle class, and she assumed I'd help financially. At a family dinner, she said, "You don't have rent or kids, and you don't even have a car payment. You're the only one who can help with the catering deposit." I was stunned. I hadn't offered to pay for anything. I politely said, "I'm sorry, but my savings are for travel. I've been planning a month-long solo trip to Greece and Morocco." Her face dropped. My mom looked horrified. My sister snapped, "You'd rather go on a vacation than help your own family." Since then, my sister has barely spoken to me. She posted vague Facebook statuses about selfish people who think plane tickets are more important than love. My aunts have called me to gently suggest I reconsider. My dad is quiet about it, but I know he agrees with me. What really hurts is that no one ever asked me what I sacrificed to build this life. They didn't see the skipped coffees, the side gigs, the years of saying no to parties just to save up. Now I'm being labeled as greedy for choosing a lifelong dream over a one-day event I wasn't even involved in planning. There's a part of me that wonders, am I being cold? Am I choosing myself too much? But I also think, when does choosing yourself stop being selfish and start being survival? I spent years people-pleasing, shrinking, giving. Traveling was the first time I chose myself. And the truth is, if I paid for her wedding, she would have thanked me once, but I would have resented her for years. That's not a good trade. So, AITA for using my savings for travel instead of my sister's wedding? Does family obligation always have to come before personal dreams? Or am I allowed to keep building a life that finally feels like mine? Update. A month has passed. My sister's wedding is still happening, and she found other relatives to pitch in. She hasn't invited me to be part of the entourage, and our conversations are short and awkward. I just got back from Morocco. It was breathtaking. I cried watching the sunrise over the Sahara, and during that moment, I thought, if I gave this up for guilt, I'd never forgive myself. My mom sent me a message that said, "Your sister is still upset, but I'm proud of you for doing what you love." That meant more than she'll ever know. Final thoughts. Sometimes choosing yourself costs relationships, but so does abandoning your dreams for someone else's comfort. I hope my sister understands someday. I'll still show up at her wedding with a gift and a smile, but I'm done apologizing for wanting a life that's more than survival. Traveling didn't make me selfish. It reminded me that I'm allowed to live fully, even if it makes others uncomfortable.